Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back once again to my channel, JC's Online English School. It's good to be back. It's good to be back on this Friday, this rainy Friday. Right now it's not rainy, but it's been raining the whole day. So yes, we're back. We're back on JC's Online English School, or another class, another online class. Today's number 5. Class number 5, online class number 5. We are broadcasting live, or I am broadcasting live here from Madrid, Spain, the capital of the country. It is 4:15 in the afternoon on this Friday the 2nd of October, 2020. Okay, and we're having level C1, which is advanced. Okay, level C1, once again, broadcasting live, lesson number 5, online class number 5. And today we're going to talk about the structures in order to, so as to, and so that. Okay, so yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me make sure we have a good connection. I believe we do. Okay, and indeed we do. Okay, great. Very good. So once again, online class number 5, level C1, advanced structures in order to, so as to, and so that. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Now, first of all, as I usually say, welcome to JC's Online English School. Hello, Julie, how are you? I'm holding up okay. Thank you very much for asking. How are you holding up? Victor, hello, how are you? Welcome back, Victor. Welcome back, Julie. Thank you for joining me today on this Friday. Yes, welcome. Welcome to JC's Online English School. All right, let's see what else today we have. Today's date. Okay, first we begin with the British. Today is Friday, the 2nd of October, 2020. Okay, that is the British version, and the American version is today is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Okay, this is the month of October already. Time flies by, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now, today's weather here in Madrid, Spain. The question is, what's the weather like today? And the answer is rain. Yeah, today's rain it's not raining right now, but it's been raining the whole day. So yeah, very, very unpleasant day. The maximum temperature for today is 15 degrees Celsius, and it is raining again. And in Fahrenheit is 59. So pretty bad and unpleasant weather for today, ladies and gentlemen. How is the weather, Julie, where you are? Okay, let us know. How is the weather, Victor, where you are? Because again, today here in Madrid is very unpleasant. It's very windy. It's been raining, and the temperatures have gone down quite a bit. So how is the weather there, Julie? How is the weather, Victor, where you are? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Okay, all right, we move on to explain once again the different English levels. Okay, remember there are 6: A1 beginner, A2 elementary, B1 intermediate, B2 upper intermediate, C1 advanced, and C2 proficiency. Okay, since today is Friday, we are going to concentrate on advanced level C1. Okay, Julie answers. Julie says it's raining cats and dogs. Okay, really? Wow. And Victor says it's sunny. Okay, all right. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Victor, for letting us know. Letting us know. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's begin with today's verb number 1. Today's verb is an irregular verb, of course, and the present, you say in the present you have become. In the past, simple past, you have became, and the past participle, become. So the present, and the past participle are the same. So once again, become, became, become. All right, let's take a look at an example with each one of those. In the present, an example could be, as you can see on the screen, the trees become beautiful in spring. Oh yeah, they do. Yes. Became in the past. He became a doctor. All right. He always wanted to become a doctor, and finally he became a doctor. And in the past participle, we have a sentence such as the weather has become worse. Yes, true. That one is based on a true story. So the weather has become worse. Okay. So once again, irregular verb, become, became, become. All right, let's take a look at another one. Verb number 2 goes like, very, very easy, let, let, let. It's also an irregular verb, but it's very, very easy. Let, let, let. It's pronounced exactly the same way it is written. And in the present, a sentence could be, their parents let them travel alone. Okay, their parents let them travel alone. In the past, an example could be, she let him into the house. She let him into the house. And in the past participle, we need the present perfect or the past perfect. And the sentence could be, these cheap boots have let the rain in. You should have bought more expensive boots or better boots. Okay. So once again, let is when it's pretty easy, pretty standard. The three of them are the same in the present, the past, and the past participle. Okay, compared to the previous one. All right, what else do we have? We have a little bit of vocabulary for today. Okay, vocabulary. Ways to respond to the simple thank you. All right, everybody knows how to say thank you, but how do you respond to that? There are several words you can use. First of all, you can say you're welcome. Okay, that is the standard answer. You're welcome. But you can also say my pleasure. Okay, or you could say happy to help. Okay, another word or three more words you could say are don't mention it. When they say it fast, it sounds don't mention it. Okay. Another one, kind of more informal, not at all, or Americans say not at all. Okay, of course, anytime, no problem, you bet, and sure thing. Okay, so these are the different options you can answer when somebody says to you, thank you. So once again, you're welcome, my pleasure, happy to help, don't mention it, not at all, of course, anytime, no problem, you bet, and sure thing. I don't know. I like anytime or my pleasure. Those are the ones that I used quite often, other than you're welcome. So anytime and my pleasure are my favorite ones. Again, there are many. So I don't know. Which one do you like, Julie? Which one do you like in this list? When somebody asks you or says thank you, which one would you like to use, or which one do you use most of the times? What about you, Victor? Which one do you prefer? Again, there are several options. I repeat them again while you make up your minds. You're welcome, my pleasure, happy to help. Don't mention it. Not at all, of course, anytime, no problem, you bet, and sure thing. So in my case, I prefer anytime and my pleasure. Okay, Pablito, hello, Pablito's back. Okay, hello, Pablo, how are you? All the way from Brasilia. How is the weather there? How is the weather in Brasilia, Pablo? Is it raining? Is it, I don't know, hot or cold? Let me know. Let us know. Let us know. Okay. Here, as I said before, it's extremely windy today. Very, very windy. And it's been raining the whole morning. Right now, it's not, but it's been raining the whole day. And the temperatures have dropped, have gone down quite a bit, quite a few degrees. So it's kind of chilly today. Okay. So, Jolie, which one do you prefer when somebody says thank you? Victor, let me know which one is your favorite. And Pablo, let me know which one do you prefer responding to thank you. Let me know, let me know, let me know which one you prefer. Okay, once again I prefer oh, you're welcome. Okay, Victor, you're welcome is a standard. All right, it's a standard. All right. That's the most frequently used. And Julie, which one do you prefer? Pablo, let me know which one you prefer. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on to the next screen. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, we have another vocabulary slide, and this one has to do. Oh, it's very hot over there. I'm sorry, Pablito. Oh, Julie likes don't mention it. Okay, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Pablito, for your comments. Okay, so now we're gonna read, or we're gonna study a little bit about antonym adjectives. Okay, antonym adjectives, and here they go, from left to right, top to bottom. Rough, smooth, loose, tight, crooked, straight, bright, dim. And the last one is gritty, generous. Okay, I hope all of you are not gritty. I hope you're generous people like me. Okay, so Pablito prefers no problem. Yeah, no problem is very easy too. No problem is very frequently used. All of them are used. But yeah, no problem answering to thank you is also correct. All right, so once again, antonym adjectives. I repeat again: rough, smooth, loose, tight, crooked, straight, bright, dim. The last one, gritty, generous. Okay, that is as far as antonym adjective is concerned. And now we're going to start a little bit of grammar, and it has to do with modal verbs. Very, very soon, I'm going to do a lesson concentrating on modal verbs. I don't know if it's going to be on the B1, on the B2, or the C1 level, but I'm going to concentrate on one lesson just on this topic, okay, modal verbs. But here is a preview. Here is a preview, okay? We have the type and use on the left, the modal verbs in the middle column, and the examples on the right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to read it for you. When we're talking about ability, I repeat, when we're talking about ability, the modal verbs that we usually use are either can in the present or could in the past, okay? When we're talking about ability. For example, I can speak English, okay, I think I can, yeah. I can speak English, or something in the past is he could run 10 kilometers or kilometers. Now he has lost practice. Yeah, if you don't practice something, forget it. So again, can and could for ability. Now, when we're talking about permission, we can once again use can, could, or also may, which is very formal. Okay, for example, you can't go out tonight. That's what your father says to his daughter or son. You can't or can go out tonight. May I sit here? You're asking for permission, okay? Or another one with could is, could you help me? Okay, you're asking permission to help. Okay, could you help me? All right. Now, when we're dealing with advice, we use should. Okay, for instance, you should do your homework. You should study more English if you're going to learn. Or you or I shouldn't drink alcohol, or at least not too much. I personally don't drink it, but so we shouldn't drink too much alcohol. All right, so that is some type of good advice, I think. Now, in terms of obligation, the modal verbs used are must and have to. Okay. For instance, people mustn't smoke in class. That's right. People mustn't smoke in class. Or with have to, we don't have to go to the party if we don't want to. Okay, so those two are used when we're talking about obligation, must and have to. All right. Now, finally, when we're talking about possibility, there are four that we can use. Okay, four of them. We can either use might, may, could, or can. So as you can see, can and could are used several times, in several situations. Okay, so let's take a look at two examples. It might rain today. Actually, it is raining, but it might rain today. Or you can also say, Rachel may come to the party if she feels better. So it's a possibility in either one of those cases. It might rain today, or it may rain today. Rachel may come to the party if she feels better. So again, this is a short, very, very short preview of modal verbs, but I will concentrate on those on another lesson. I don't know if it will be B2 or C1. They're used in either one of those levels. Okay, so let's concentrate now on our topic for today, which is none other than the expressions in order to, so as to, and so that. I'm sure they will help you to express yourself in a better English, and you will see why. Okay, now let's start by saying that in order to and so as to are used to express purpose in English, okay? To express purpose, don't forget. Now, let's see these two and the contrast with to plus infinitive, in addition to so that we will study a few minutes later, okay? So we're going to concentrate on the first two, which are in order to and so as to, okay? And we will leave so that for a little bit later. Now, to is the same as in order to and the same as so as to plus infinitive, okay? After to, you need an infinitive. After in order to, you need an infinitive. And after so as to, you need an infinitive. Let's see some examples. Well, before that, remember that in order to and so as to are a little bit more formal than to, but a simple to, okay? They are a little bit more formal, but the meaning is exactly the same. So if you're going to use in order to, you're going to use so as to, or you want to use to, it doesn't matter. So depending on the situation, depending who you're talking to, whether it's formal or informal, you will use to, or in order to, or so as to. So depending on the situation, you use either one of those three. Okay. Let's see now some examples. For instance, you could say, I'm buying butter to make a cake. Okay, so you use to plus infinitive. That would be informal. Okay, informal or colloquial. But you can also say, I'm buying butter in order to make a cake. And it sounds a little bit more formal. The meaning is exactly the same, but again, it sounds a little bit more formal. Okay, or you can also say, I'm buying butter so as to make a cake, which is also formal. Notice that after to, the first case, the second case, and the third case, you have the infinitive make. Okay, so I'm buying butter to make a cake, I'm buying butter in order to make a cake, or I'm buying butter so as to make a cake. Okay, so either one of the three is totally correct, although the first one is a little bit more informal than the other two. Okay, now when the purpose is negative, be careful with that, the purpose is negative, we use not before to. Okay, or in order to, or so as not to. Okay, so we say not to, in order not to, and so as not to. Okay, for example, I study hard not to fail my exams. Okay, that is informal. You're using the not before the to. I study hard in order not to fail my exams. Okay, again, not is before the to. And last but not least, you could say, I study hard so as not to fail my exams. Okay, so in the three cases, you have not before the to. Okay, the first one is informal, and the other two are a little bit more formal. But again, the three of them mean exactly the same. Okay, but again, now you have three ways to say. Okay, so I hope you're learning a little bit with this lesson. Instead of always using not to fail or to make, you can also say in order to or so as to. All right, very good. So now in terms of so that is a structure that needs a subject and a verb right after it. Okay, so you need a subject and a verb right after so that. Let me give you an example. It's very easy. If you are walking at night, wear white so that cars can see you. Okay, let me repeat it again. If you are walking at night, wear white so that cars can see you. Okay, as you can see, so that needs a subject, in this case cars, and a verb, in this case a modal verb, which is can. So once again, if you're walking at night, wear white so that cars can see you. So this structure is a little bit different because it needs the subject, and a verb right after it. Okay, so let's do an exercise. There are a few sentences, and let's see how well we do. Okay, now join these pairs of sentences with to plus infinitive, in order to, so as to, or so that, depending on the situation. Are you still with me? Say hello, anybody. If everybody's with me, say hello before we begin the exercise. Okay, Pablito, are you still there? Julie, Victor, let me know. Are you still there? Say a simple hello will do. A simple hello will do. I just don't want to feel alone. Let me read on the chat. Hello, teacher. I'm still here. Hello, I'm still awake. Before we do the exercise. Okay. So once again, we're going to do an exercise. We need to join two pairs of sentences with these structures. And nobody's with me? Nobody's saying hello? Okay. Oh boy. Okay, well, let me start. I hope you're there. Okay, number one. The pair of sentences are, I'm buying paint. I want to paint my whole door. All right. So I'm buying paint. I want to paint my whole door. Thank you, Pablito. You are there. Faithful Pablito. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope Julia and Victor are there, still there. All right. So the combination of the two sentences could be, I'm buying paint to paint my whole door. You can also say, hello, you're all ears in this lesson. Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. It's a very interesting topic because, like I said before, it increases your vocabulary level in English. Different ways to say the same thing. Or you can also say again, I'm buying paint in order to paint my whole door. Or finally, you can also say, I'm buying paint so as to paint my whole door. Okay, so there are three ways you could say the same sentence or combine the other two sentences together. Three different ways. Okay, number two. He left his rifle outside. And the second sentence is, he didn't want to frighten his wife. That's a good idea. Okay, so he left his rifle outside. He didn't want to frighten his wife. Now, when you combine the two sentences, you could say something like this. He left his rifle outside in order not to frighten his wife. Or you can also say, he left his rifle outside so as not to frighten his wife. So in this case, you can either use in order not to or so as not to frighten his wife. Could you say he left his wife outside not to frighten his wife? Yes, it's too informal, but yes, you could say that. However, in this way, the way I have written them, the sentence sounds much better. In order not to, or so as not to. Okay. Number 3. I wore boots. I didn't want my feet to get wet. Okay, all right. So first sentence, I wore boots. Second sentence, I didn't want my feet to get wet. Now, how do we combine them? We combine them like this. I wore boots in order not to get my feet wet, or you can also say, I wore boots so as not to get my feet wet. Okay, once again, we have the not before the to. Okay, don't forget that. Number 4 on this screen goes like this. First sentence, don't let him play with scissors. He might cut himself is the second sentence. So first one, don't let him play with scissors. He might cut himself. Now, when you combine them, you could say something like this. Don't let him play with scissors in case, that's another way to say it as well, by the way, in case he cuts himself, or don't let him play with scissors so that he can't cut himself. Okay, so that plus the subject, in this case he, and the verb, in this case can't. All right, remember, so that needs a subject. Here we have he plus a verb. Here we have can't. Okay, so let me read them again. Number 1, I'm buying paint to paint my whole door, or in order to paint my whole door, or so as to paint my whole door. Number 2, he left his rifle outside in order not to frighten his wife, or so as not to frighten his wife. Number 3, I wore boots in order not to get my feet wet, or so as not to get my feet wet. And number 4, don't let him play with scissors in case he cuts himself, or so that he can't cut himself. All right, don't go yet, because there are more sentences. Okay, we haven't finished yet. Number 5, I'll post the card today. And the second sentence says, I want it to get there on Billy's birthday. So when we combine both of them, we have something like this. I'll post the card today so that it will be there on Billy's birthday. So that plus the subject, it in this case, and the verb will be. Okay, the verb to be in the future. All right, number 6. I'll take off my shoes. You can also say I'll take my shoes off. So both of them. So I'll take off my shoes, or I'll take my shoes off. It doesn't matter. I don't want to make any noise. Okay, that's very good. You're very considerate. So when we combine them both, it becomes something like this. I'll take off my shoes in order not to make any noise, or I'll take off my shoes so as not to make any noise. Remember, once again, not is before to. Okay, don't forget, not always comes before to. All right, number 7. I'm saving up. That's good for you. I want to buy a helicopter. Well, you have to save a lot of money, okay? Unless it is a model helicopter, all right? So I'm saving up. I want to buy a helicopter. Now, when we combine them, you could say, I'm saving up to buy a helicopter. I'm saving up in order to buy a helicopter, or I'm saving up so as to buy a helicopter. Okay, in this case, you could use it too because it's kind of an informal sentence, so no problem. Number 8. I said it at the top of my voice. I wanted everybody to hear it. Okay, let's combine them. I said it at the top of my voice so that everybody could hear it. Okay, so that subject, everybody, and verb could. In this case, a modal verb. Okay, so yes, I said at the top of my voice so that everybody or everyone could hear it. Okay, number 9. Aeroplanes carry parachutes. That's good. The crew can escape in case of fire. All right. So, combining them becomes airplanes carry parachutes so that the crew can escape in case of fire. So that subject, the crew, verb can or can escape. Okay, so remember, so that needs a subject, in this case the crew, plus a verb, in this case can escape, modal plus escape. Okay. Well, that's it. Let me review them again. I thought there were 9, but no, there were 10, but no, there are 9. Okay, let me read number 5 again. I'll post the card today so that it will be there on Billy's birthday. Number 6. I'll take off my shoes, or I'll take my shoes off in order not to make any noise, or so as not to make any noise. Number 7. I'm saving up to, in order to, or so as to, buy a helicopter. Yeah, you probably have to save a lot of money. Okay, number 8. I said at the top of my voice so that everybody could hear it. And number 9. Airplanes carry parachutes. The crew can escape in case of fire. So that the crew can escape in case of fire. All right. So that is all in terms of in order to, so as to, which are very, very similar, and so that, which needs a subject plus a verb. So I hope this short lesson has helped you to learn new ways of saying the same thing. Okay. All right, but let's move on to the joke. Today's joke. Are you still with me, Julie, Pablito, and Victor? Victor didn't answer. I don't know if he's still there or processing everything that I've been saying. Okay, today's joke is very easy. It goes like this. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? I repeat. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? And the answer is nothing. They just waved. So nothing, they just waved, okay? So what did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing. They just waved. Do you understand the joke? I hope you do. Okay, all right. Pablito is letting the cat out of the bag. So, what did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing. They just waved. Okay, the meaning of the word wave is this, and wave is the wave on the ocean. Okay, so it has a double meaning. It has a double meaning. I hope you got it. I hope you got it. Okay, now let's concentrate now on today's thought. Okay, today's thought is kind of interesting. I hope you like it. Of course, I prefer the jokes, but okay, today's thought goes like this. Beginnings are usually scary, and endings are usually sad. But it's everything in between that makes it worth living. Okay. So you guys are reacting to the joke, or I'm seeing your messages now, your comments. Let me read again today's thought because I think it's very, very nice and interesting to consider as well. It goes like this once again. Beginnings are usually scary, and endings are usually sad. But it's everything in between that makes it all worth living. Okay, how many of you agree with that? I do. I agree with that. I totally agree with it. I couldn't agree with it more. And so I hope you like it. I hope you like today's thought. Okay, I have to think about what to insert in the videos. There are many thoughts, there are many jokes, and sometimes it's not hard. Sometimes not easy, but yeah. So Pablito agrees with me. Pablito thinks it's very true. Okay, so do I. Yeah, it's true. So I'm glad you like it, Pablito. Very, very good. I'm glad you like it. All right, very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, to learn more, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, the name of the channel is JC's Online English School, as you probably already know. And if you like today's lesson or video, I hope you did. Don't forget to hit on the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. All right, so they will learn different ways to say the same thing in order to, so as to, or so that. Don't forget. Okay, you totally agree, Paulo? Yeah, me too. So yes, to learn more, subscribe. We already have 550 subscribers. Yes, in about a week and a half. No, I'm sorry, about a week and a half. In about a month and 1 week. We've been with the channel for about 6 weeks already. So we have 550 subscribers. That's not a bad number. Thanks to you once again. I really appreciate your subscriptions. So yes, not yet, Julie. I'm not going to do the C2 level classes yet because I don't have a big of an audience yet. The audience is quite small, so I don't have it. I don't have a big enough audience, rather. I don't have it. I don't have it. So I'm not going to do the C2 yet. The C2, even for the C1, I don't have a lot of people. Imagine for the C2. But yeah, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future, but not for right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to learn English with me, with the great JC, okay. So you know where to contact me, +634 663 072251, or you can contact me, my email address, gmailexpress@gmail.com. Many more people are contacting me. Right now I have about 15 students, and I'm not sure how many more I can take. But hello, Gustavo, how are you? Have you been there the whole time? I hope you have. I hope you have. So yes, my schedule is getting very tight right now, and I'm not sure how many more people I can take. But there are still a few openings, though. There are still a few openings. Not many, but okay. Every day that goes by, or every week that goes by, there are fewer options for me to teach more students on private class. But anyway, okay. So don't forget. Thank you so much for your attention. Enjoy your weekend, wherever you are, and that's all, folks, for today. I'll be back next week, okay? Next week, Monday, remember, level A1, Tuesday, level A2, Wednesday, level B1, Thursday, level B2, and Friday, level C1. Oh, today's your birthday, Gustavo. Okay, congratulations. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. How old are you today? You turned, what, 25, 26? I don't know. Let me know. So today is Gustavo's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Gustavo. Hope you're going to celebrate with your family. Have a wonderful day. Tell us how old you are today, please. Tell us how old. I'm just, I want to know. I'm curious. So how old are you today, Gustavo? Tell us. 25, 26, 27? I don't know. Okay, the signal is a little slow, so the internet is a little slow. So anyway, so thank you, Pablito. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Julie, for being there. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you, Victor. Thank you all for watching this program, this video. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, I'll be back on Monday. And once again, Gustavo, happy birthday. Have a wonderful day. And for the rest of you, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Victor. Same for you, likewise. And I'll be back on Monday with something else for the A1 level class. Okay, God bless you all. And be good. Okay, be good. Take care. Goodbye.